Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently finished reading Schizo by Nick Sheaf, and it's actually quite an interesting book. It's about a young teenager dealing with the implications of schizophrenia, and he's put on a bunch of different drugs. Through the duration of the book, we learn about his delusions, and it's really quite fascinating, I thought, because I've always been intrigued by mental illness for some odd reason. I don't know why, but I just am. And the main character goes through the trials and tribulations of what it's like to have schizophrenia. And it actually doesn't state that having diseases such as that is a death sentence, which I'm glad that Nick does this, and it's actually a very inspiring and uplifting book near the very end, even though he goes through absolute hell. Still a very interesting book, and if you're interested or taken or mesmerized by mental illnesses, then I would definitely recommend this book. Another really good one is called It's Kind of a Funny Story, which is tremendous, and a little confessional, I can actually relate to that one, because I actually have been in a psych ward, and it really isn't a place for sane people. Let me just put it that way. At the time when I had gone to the psych ward, I was suicidal, but I wasn't thinking clearly, and I was 21 at the time. I was very naive, and they gave me the choice to either be escorted by the police to the actual ward, which I decided I'd do that because I wasn't really thinking. And I should have called my parents, because it really wasn't a situation that was even notable or accepting of possible danger, because by the time I got there, I realized I'd made a huge mistake, but it was too late to go back, and they kept me overnight, and it was so funny. There were guys there that were hitting on me, and they were old enough to be my dad, and they had group activities, and I really didn't want to be any part of that because I didn't know anybody, and I just thought, forget this. And they had old books in the reading room, and it was really stupid. And they only had one video. They had a VCR player, and they only had one tape. They had Shaft. And I thought, okay, so they have this, and it's supposed to be relaxing. Oh, alright then, if you say so, I guess it is. I was bored out of my mind, though. I couldn't believe how unbelievably mundane a psych ward really is. Believe me, I know. I've been in one, I can tell you. It was only one day, and I got myself out, so I'm just exactly like one flew over the cuckoo's nest, and I am perfectly fine now. I haven't had any depressive episodes. I could say that I really haven't gotten into a deep, dark hole of depression. Yeah, sometimes I do feel sad, but I don't get depressed, per se, luckily. And they put me on Zoloft at the time, which I guess for other people it's just fine and dandy. For me, not so much, because it gave me panic attacks. And last year I suffered from panic attacks, and they're no fun. I was put on medication for that, and I'm perfectly fine now. I don't have panic attacks anymore, thank God. But, yeah. If antidepressant causes panic attacks. I'd rather have I'd rather have the depression. Thank you very much. But all the medications that the main character's on, they really help him out, and they keep him solvent, basically. I don't really know what else to say other than I really enjoyed the book, and it was a really outstanding read. So if you have a chance to pick it up, and if you're intrigued or transfixed by mental disease, particularly that of schizophrenia, then this is definitely right up your alley. It's actually for teens. There's a lot of swearing in it. Just forewarned, there's a lot of swearing, but of course I think I can understand that. Coming from his point of view, I get it. I totally comprehend what it's like. Because I've dealt with clinical depression before. It's no picnic, but you find ways to overcome it. And I've found many different ways to overcome it. I'm a very happy person now. And I just think of my blessings every day. And I know I'm waving my little Christian flag a little bit, but my religion, I don't know if I should use the word religion, because I don't like using the word religion because it just sounds so it just doesn't sound very easygoing. It just sounds so restrictive, and it really isn't. But from my belief, I've gotten a lot of solace and much comfort in my time of what I would call sadness. I have had sadness. Yes, I have had bad days. Everybody has bad days, but the one thing that really bugs me is loneliness, and I know it's not going to be this way all the time, and the holidays are tough, let me tell you. I mean, they are not for the faint of heart, but there are hotlines out there. I mean, if you feel bad, please just call somebody, talk to somebody. There are people out there that will listen to you and care about your well-being. Trust me on this. Tell somebody, do not do something stupid. Do what the main character did. If you feel like you're going into a really bad situation, he put himself in a psych ward. They're there to help you, and they'll take care of you. It may not seem like the best plan for you at the time, but I mean, I actually learned quite a bit from being in that psych ward, and yeah, it made me a better person, and I'd never do it again. But it just it's kind of a funny story. Sorry, I had to put that in there. But yeah, I can definitely relate to that movie, because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and I was only there one day, and I got out one day. But I'm repeating myself. Sorry about that. It's it's a very different kind of atmosphere. It's sterile, boring, mundane, and not very exciting at all. But they keep it that way so the patients don't harm themselves or others. So completely understandable. Believe me, I get it. But I would not want to go through that ever again. No, thank you. I will pass. Kindly, please. That's basically all I have to say about Schizo. So if you have a chance to pick it up, do. Bye.